Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It's a little different. I'm gonna take a little walk through the park. The reason why it's different is it is my wife and children's, the two twins. We have twins and my wife. It's their birthday, and so the two twins, how do you say that? Here I am, I'm dad of twins and don't even know how to say it. They wanted to have their friends and have a little party, so well we're at the park, and that's what's going on. How do you prepare for this kind of stuff? I mean, isn't that a silly thing for me to ask? Here I am, YouTube channel talking about preparedness. Been talking about it for years, even before I started this channel. I've been doing this channel for years now, and long before this channel. Taught classes and had groups and stuff. How do you really prepare for it? I mean, do you? Is it even possible to really truly be ready for what is happening and what's coming our way? Well, partly we don't really know what's coming our way. But do we know? Well, we have history to look at. We see what's happened in the past. We've seen empires, how they crumble and fall. We've seen how world wars and stuff start. And we also have the Bible that most of you pay attention to also. And so when you put that all together, I'd say the odds are much more in the favor of things just progressively getting worse. And we're not even talking about the things that we're not sure if they are or they aren't going to happen. I'm talking about the things that are happening. When you look at how awful the morality in this world and especially this country has gone. So back to the original question. How can you even prepare for this? And some might say, well, you really can't. You really can't. There's no way to be completely prepared. That's pretty accurate, I think. Well, then if that's the case, then why stock up? Why are you on here talking all the time? What are you trying to do? Just get rich making YouTube videos? Well, if that's how it works, I'm doing it wrong. Just encouraging people to spend all our money buying food and stuff. That if we can't stock up, we can't be prepared. We can't be prepared in a way that we can definitely be assured of our survival. We can't ever be completely ready for whatever's happening. I mean, even if you know what's coming your way, precisely, I mean, to the point that you know the time it's going to happen and everything, I don't think most people would still be completely ready. I mean, look at storms. How many of you have gone through very serious storms, tornadoes, earthquakes? Well, I guess that's another storm, natural disasters. Let's use that. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, ice storms, all these, wildfires, things like that. You know those things are coming. Tornadoes are a little iffy, but most of the other things, you know it's happening. You see it coming. And you get prepared. How many times when those of you that experience this kind of stuff, even though you worked on getting ready, when it finally happened, you weren't really as ready as you thought you were. So, being prepared for what's happening and what is yet to come is not something that we can attain complete preparedness. And I think a lot of people get frustrated at that. I mean, many of you say, well, that's common sense, man. Of course, unless you got the money of Bill Gates or Elon Musk, yeah, no one can be prepared. That seems common sense, but a lot of people get frustrated and they're like, I'm not ready. Like, I just feel like I'm going to give up. Like, I'm not completely prepared, so why do I even try anymore? Well, no one's completely prepared. And so just because you don't have a $5 million, deep underground military base, or, you don't have 10 years worth of freeze-dried food and 5 million rounds of ammunition and a armored, Humvee and all of these things, just because you don't have all that stuff, isn't a reason to think that you're not ready. Because truly, in the end, what makes you ready to go through emergencies isn't even the gear that you have. You know, that gear that you have, whether it's freeze-dried food in a can, or a really cool bug-out bag, or, you know, the best Gucci pistol, or whatever it is. That stuff, well, it's just stuff. It's just tools. It's simply things to make your chances of survival a little bit better. But honestly, what it is it makes things easier. It increases your comfort level when you're going through SHTF. That's really, in the end, all it is. I made a Patreon video today talking a little bit about this, but kind of on a different focus. But I mentioned this a little bit. There's certainly stories in history where people were well prepared. They had lots of stuff. And they go through some disaster and they died or almost died not because they didn't have stuff, but because it wasn't up here. And vice versa, people have gone through horrible tragedies and had nothing. They weren't prepared, physically prepared at all, but they had the mindset and they survived. So those of you that, whether you've been doing this for 5, 10 years or 3 days, don't get worried and frustrated that you're not as prepared as you need to be. I mean, certainly use that as motivation to continually pushing yourself to become more prepared. Absolutely do that. But don't get downhearted to the point that you're depressed or that you may even give up. Because there's just no way for you to be that prepared. Because the truth is there's no way for any of us to be that prepared. Keep on this journey and keep pushing forward. And above all the beans and the rice and the ammo and the bullion and all that kind of stuff, become a spiritual and a mental warrior. And I don't care if you're 90 years old in a wheelchair, or if you're a 21-year-old single mom, or if you're overweight or disabled, middle-aged person. All of you and more can be a spiritual and a mental warrior. And if you can do that, then your odds greatly increase that you can survive overwhelming things. Not guaranteed, because nothing is in this life. But the possibility of you surviving major tragedies and horrible things are greatly increased just because of what's going on up here and in here. Don't be disheartened that I don't have a 2-year food supply. I've only got 3 months. Work on 4 months. When you get that accomplished, set a goal for 5 months. When you do that, work for 6 months. Do this and don't give up. Keep pushing yourself. Get in better shape. Learn new skills. Put back more. Build relationships with like-minded people. Do this kind of stuff every day, a little at a time. And you'll not only find yourself more physically prepared, meaning the stuff that you have, but definitely more prepared with the mindset that you have. And then you've got to always, every day, all the time, work on your spiritual walk. Because spiritual preparedness, well, that's the ultimate thing that you should be working on. Folks, we live in a scary world that's going downhill pretty fast. It's like daily we're watching it crumble. Watching the morality just be completely destroyed in this country. Now's not the time to let it get to us. Now's the time to gird yourself in strength and wisdom and righteousness, because the battle is coming at us, and it's coming at us pretty fast. And you got to be serious about being those mental and spiritual warriors. Folks, right now is the time to get your houses in order, to prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next video.